Hi, I'm with my old friend, Keith Armonaitis, on the set of The Legend, and just got a chance to talk to the writer, and I'm talking to the director. Keith, tell me a little bit about the project you're working on now.
Yeah, so this is actually the first of 10 films that we're going to be doing for an anthology. The name of the anthology is going to be Exit Zero, and it's going to be a bunch of new myths as a grandfather takes his granddaughter all the way down to Exit Zero to see what is waiting for her there.
Ah,
So it's going to be a whole bunch of Jersey lore. Some of it that's familiar, some of it's that we've created ourselves. But it's going to be a fun ride. This is the first one that we're doing.
okay.
The nice thing about it is that it's something that is kind of near and dear to people of New Jersey, which is the Jersey Devil. But we've kind of put a twist into it where this woman is actually going to rescue the Jersey Devil from a hunter that has captured it. So,
Great premise.
yeah.
I told that to Dino. Great premise.
Yeah, when I read the script, when I first read the script, I guess it was about a year ago. It was about twice as long, very talky piece. There was a lot of other stuff that kind of went into it, and I said, "Hey, Dino, this is a heist film. This is a rescue. It's all this other stuff, as interesting as it may seem." I go, what's going to be interesting is her trying to rescue the devil and whether or not she's able to set it free. So.
Great. Perfect. All right. We're cutting.
Okay.
You're going out to
Get some food.
get some food. This was great. I'm thrilled to be here, Keith.
Cal.
Yes, thrilled.
You know how I go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I appreciate you saying that because horror is not really the genre that I'm normally drawn to when it comes to writing screenplays. There are some that I find interesting, but to me it always comes down to story more than genre. Like, to me it doesn't matter what genre it is as long as the story is compelling and interesting. Jaws being one of my favorite films of all time, which is essentially a monster movie.
Yes, it is.
Right? But it's also a great character study that keeps you interested from start to finish. And I just, find myself drawn to story, like I said, more than genre. It doesn't matter the genre. But with with the writers group that I'm with, we talked about doing an anthology film. It came down to picking horror as the genre. And it was, all right, guys, go ahead and do your best trying to come up with story ideas, screenplays for this anthology, doing short stories. And this is the one that I came up with The Legend, because all of our stories have to deal with in some way, shape, or form, something to do with New Jersey.
Okay.
And I thought, Jersey Devil
Wow.
that's where my mind went, at
Wow.
least, as far as connecting something of New Jersey to the horror genre.
And that's how this got born. So
That's essentially how this got born. Yeah.
And then I've been absorbing while I'm here, and it's a wow. The storyline. What's
you.
a wow to me, without knowing a ton, is the believability.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
it's the believability. So, quoting a line from The Godfather, you did good.
Thank you. But it really came down to, again, along those lines of character, right? I mean, you could have, any type of monster movie, but, how is it going to what's the hook and how is it going to grab the audience? And the believability factor is huge,
Yeah.
right? I mean, whether it's Jaws or Seven or American Psycho or any of those particular films that come to my mind when I think of like something that is horror or thrilling and filled with, danger. It all comes down to that. It all comes down to character. So coming up with something short and to the point, bringing in the idea of you know, the uncanny or the supernatural, and trying to combine those two, that was my challenge.
And from what I've seen, you did good.
Thanks.
I said it again. So
Thank
thank
you.
you so much, Dino. Good luck with this.
Thank you.
And let's go meet some actors. A little background and here we go. I'm with
Booch O'Connell, and today we're filming, it's our first day of filming The Legend. I'm playing Claire. And we have Sean over here.
And actually, I saw you in a very uncompromising position in doing what you're doing. By the way, I told Dino that what a great storyline for this.
Absolutely.
Really, it's so unique and different, and it's so Jersey, which I
Yeah.
also love.
Yeah, the Jersey Devil.
Yep. And
Jersey
you
Devil.
are.
I'm Sean Kane. I play Devin on The Legend. And I captured the creature. I have him stashed in my barn.
Okay.
And this young lady comes creeping up one night to set it free. And as she's actually beating me up, getting the best of me, she ends up getting knocked out. And then I can handcuff her to a chair, and I plan on feeding her to The Legend, the New Jersey Devil.
Okay. Hey, listen, go back to Eden. I don't want to bother you guys, but this was great. Thank you very much. And good luck with this. Thank you, really. Okay.
Mark Ward, director, writer, producer, editor, cinematographer, composer, filmmaker.
Wow. It's great. And what are you doing on... So you're working on a project, as Keith mentioned, correct?
sir.
Tell us about that project, which by the way, I love the whole premise.
So we're in a screenwriters group, screenwriters, filmmakers, and I am fairly positive that most of us, if not all of us, have only ever done short films. And as soon as, for some reason, I was voted new leader of the group when the previous leader of the group abdicated his throne, my first mission was to set out for us to make a feature film. A mentor of mine, Michael Colleary, said that short films are, for lack of a better way to put it at this exact moment, worthless. Features are currency, and currently we have no currency. So we figured, practicality-wise, pragmatically, producibility, why make a feature when you can make a bunch of shorts? Thus, we decided on making an anthology. What fan base tends to lend itself best to that format? You've got Creepshow, you've got Twilight Zone the movie, you've got the ABCs of Death, you've got Tales from the Crypt the movie, you've got Cat's Eye, it goes on and on and on.
So it's a younger audience, maybe?
I wouldn't say younger as much as I would the amount of fervor in that fan base.
Okay.
They are bordering on fanatic in some cases. They're loyal. They love what they love, and they love it hard. And you want to find people who love something as much as you do, and horror fans love film as much as we. And it's made the most sense at that point strategically to make a horror anthology. Ironically enough, none of us, out of the 12 members in the group, only one of us is actually a horror fan, horror writer, horror filmmaker, so we all had a lot to learn. But over the course of 2.5 to 3 years, 12 writers wrote 52 drafts of 27 scripts.
Wow.
That we quantified down via a tabulated voting system that we used. It was kind of adopted from screenwriting competitions that we've done in the past. We read for screenwriting competitions and festivals, we judge them, and we basically just made an aggregate of their score sheets. So what we did was we read them all, got them the best they could possibly be, voted on them, and then numerically, whichever script ended up being the best is what we put in. 27 stories went down to 10 final, the best of our best. And it came down to a story of, there's 10 stories woven together with a through line. It's about a grandfather who weaves together eerie tales of New Jersey lore for his granddaughter as he drives her down the Garden State Parkway to what awaits them at exit 0.
I love that.
Me too.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a sick log line. Who came up with that log line? Was that Mars? Was that Richard? I can't remember, but that is a killer log line.
That's a killer line.
That ain't
Oh, I
bad.
love
That
that.
ain't bad at all. but this is day 1 of principal photography for Exit Zero, specifically the segment entitled The Legend, written by Dino Barlaam, directed by Keith Armonaitis. It's actually kind of poetic that Keith is the newest member of the group, and he's taken point on so much of Exit Zero. It's nice to see. It's affirming.
His work is, I've been a big fan of his work for a long time. We met at the film festival, Garden State Film Festival, and it was like instant chemistry, beside the fact that we're both Rutgers people, but his work has been marvelous.
Shannon, who played the Beast in this,
Uh-huh.
also Rucker alumni.
Oh,
I also am Rucker
Are
alumni.
you?
Yeah, I attended
Wow.
Rutgers from the fall of 2000 to the fall of 2000.
wow.
Yeah, my illustrious career.
All right, well,
And
that's, we should shake hands on that.
good times.
I'd love my Rut. You know, I'm gonna cut this. I'm cutting this, but this was good stuff.